Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do a fall eye tutorial look for you, and to get started I always use my Urban Decay All Nighter Potion Primer. I use the anti-aging one, and I just use a little wand, set that down. I always start off with my eyes first. I never start off with my foundation first. Make sure you blend it in really well. I have different lighting too since I'm filming at night. But to set the eyeshadow primer, I'm going to go into the Naked 2 Basic or the Naked Basic palette. And I'm going to take this shade right here. And it is WOS for that. And I just take a nice fluffy brush. I'm taking the It Cosmetics... doesn't have a number. I must have worn it off. And I'm just dabbing that in there. Make sure you always tap off your excess. And then I just brush this all over my lid to make sure I set that eyeshadow primer. Taking it all the way up to the brow. And then after that, I'm going to go into my Jaclyn Hill palette, this one right here, the famous one, and I'm going to go in with, I don't have the box to know the shade names, sorry, and you know it's not on the back of the palette, but I'm going to go in with this shade right here as my transition color first, and I'm going to start that up in the crease, well, above the crease a little bit, and I'm going to take a Sigma E38, tap, tap. Make sure you get it off of there, and then just start in the corner real lightly. I'm not pushing real hard, so just remember, don't push. I'm just lightly fluffing it. I'm doing back and forth motions. A lot of people will do circles. I prefer the back and forth motion. Go back in, tap off that excess. You need to darken it up a little, do that. Sometimes I like to shut my eye too to kind of really know, like I open, then I'll shut. Really define where I'm going with my color. Okay, and then you can see this is a little darker, so I'll come back over to this one, lighten it up a little bit. Or darken it, sorry, darken it up a little. Don't make it lighter. Okay, see, you can tell there and there. So it looks pretty good. And then I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to go into this color right here, this like orangey color, and I'm going to take that in my crease. I've done this look before. I really like this palette. It's a pretty good palette. Even though there's a lot of like controversy behind it, and I'm going to take that in my crease. Same brush. I know there's a lot of controversy behind the palette, but anymore, when isn't there controversy behind something that a YouTuber comes out with? It's the way I kind of look at it. Just make sure you get that good and blended. See how well that's blended? I like that. Blend, blend, blend. Then go back into that color and make sure you do your other eye. Tap off that excess. Get right up in that crease. Now, I hold my brushes a little different. Like, I hold them like this, but sometimes I actually rest them in my hand. Everyone has their own technique at doing it. So, just go with how you feel on it. because everyone has their own technique. Kind of put your own spin on makeup, because that's kind of how I've learned. Just kind of done my own thing, put my own spin on it, you know, go with it. And then I'm going to take, trying to use, let's see, right here, this Real Technique. You can see how small it is. I love these kind of brushes. Right up in here on that corner. I have hooded eyes, so I'm trying not to do too of a smoky look because I have hooded eyes. But then we're going to go back in and we're going to take this like deep dark red right there. If you don't have this palette, you can recreate this look with anything you have at home. Just don't think you have to rush out and buy it just because. Go with whatever you have. And there's some drugstore options out there too. So don't get too crazy. So I only take a little bit on my brush. I don't take a lot. Let's see if it'll focus. I don't take a lot. I start out small. And then just get right out there on that edge. I try not to take a lot at a time on my brush. I try to be little and then build up, because sometimes you just fluff up. And then I take a little bit of it up in my crease. Not a lot. So, see how well that looks. And then I go to the other eye. And then how I do my eyes is I'll start with like one and then go to the next, and if I want it darker then I'll go back. I bounce. I don't just like slap a whole bunch on there and hope for the best. So take your time. I know sometimes you don't have time, but just really take your time with this. It takes me forever sometimes on an eye look because I don't want to get too crazy, but other times I'm just kind of like, okay, slap it on and I go about my day. Sometimes it turns out pretty good, so just go with what you feel. It's all about makeup, going with what you feel. Check myself in my mirror. I'm sorry about the way this is set up a little bit. I'm kind of, you know, I'm trying to adjust, but I don't have all that fancy equipment, so going as I can. Blend, 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 blend. Make sure you really blend. And then, like, I want to darken this eye up, so instead of dipping back in, I just take whatever's left on my brush and then I go to this eye. But you do what you feel needs to be done. If you're like, man, girl, that's not enough color, then you add more color. And then I'm going to go back in with a fluffy blending brush. Oh, why not just get this bandwagon rolling? So I'm new to Morphe. I've never owned a Morphe brush until I bought the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm taking the Morphe M139 brush. And see how fluffy this is? Love this. And then I'm going to take that in and I'm just going to kind of go over all that. Just kind of blend out all of the shadow here in my corner. Kind of go up in my crease a little. Hope for the best. Don't freak out. You boob up, you boob up. Okay. I mean, that looks pretty good. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, so I'm going to set this brush aside because I'm going to use it again to blend more. And then I'm going to take I like to take a flat brush. I'm going to take this e.l.f. C brush. Looks like this. I'm going to take this into, oh, what color should we do, guys? Let's do this nice, it's kind of hard to see, but it's a dual chrome. And, oh, I just dug my nail into that. It's like it looks pink, but it's actually like an orange. So, this color right here, and it's coming off pink, but it's orange. She's got a nice dual chrome orange color. Oh, maybe it is pink. No, no. It's dual chrome orange. You know what? We're not going to take that color. I want to do this color right here. This really light pink color. I want to do this one instead. Because that one looks prettier. So, same brush. Tack on that glitter. I haven't had to use a glitter glue or anything with these yet, so do what you're comfortable with. If you want to use a glitter glue, go ahead and use a glitter glue. I don't. So, we'll just go in. And I kind of just lay it on my lid at first. So I'm just patting, in a patting motion. Don't swipe it a lot. And then I go in and I kind of swipe it. I drag it across up here in my crease so you can see a little bit in my crease. Go back in, pick up more product, tap a little excess off. Same thing, pat, pat, pat. And then go in and sweeping motion. I call it a sweeping motion, but you call it what you want. But then I kind of go, because it kind of shears it out a little where it's not too intense at first. So that way if you want, you can build it back up. Now, that same Real Technique, go back in that deep red shade. And then we'll kind of darken this up more. To really make that glitter pop. And take it up in the crease just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. And I know there's a whole bunch of rules to makeup where you're not supposed to take dark shadows this way and that way, but it's makeup. It washes off at the end of the day. And do what you gotta do. Do what you want to do. Do what makes you comfortable. You don't have to go based off of these rules. And I take a little bit more in on my lid to kind of blend it and fade it out. Go back to that e.l.f. brush, the C brush. Go back to that with that we took the glitter on. And kind of just blend this all together. There. So it looks pretty good. In my opinion. Others may not think that, but I do. Then I take that nice Morphe M39 and I'm actually just going to fluff all my colors. Okay, so fluff. Now you'll notice I got some stuff down here. Don't worry about that. Just fluff. Okay, so then when you're done with that, the next thing I do is my eyeliner, but I don't do my wing yet because of my foundation. But I actually just put the line down, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to wait till the end. Okay, so the next thing I do after I do my eyes and everything, I'm going to go in with the Clinique Moisture Surge. And this hydrates my skin because I am dry skinned. I have dry skin. So I've been using this lately and trying it out. I actually like it so far. And since it's getting colder out, well, not right now, but it's getting colder, my skin's hating me. So I spray this down first. Let it kind of set. I take my beauty sponge, which this is the Real Technique one if you haven't seen this before. And then I just kind of push it into my skin. I kind of use it to also clean up a little bit of my fallout. If you have fallout, I mean, you can clean it up with makeup wipe and whatnot, but do what you want to do. You know, it's your body. get that drying. And then I'm going to go in with my Urban Decay Optical Illusion Primer. And I only use 1 pump of this. I actually really like this. I think it smooths out my skin, personally. I feel it smooths out my skin. Some people don't like it. Some people do like it. I found out that I do, but I'm also dry. So that could be why I like it, because I'm a dry skin girl. Pat, 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 pat. And then I rub. Especially right here on my cheeks. So, kind of let that sink in for a little bit. And then when I'm letting that sink in, I go ahead and I get my foundation. The foundation we're going to use today, and I know everyone's probably tired of hearing this, is the Born This Way, but I have Snow. I have one of their newer colors, because the other colors weren't pale enough for me. Porcelain, I don't even know why they named it porcelain, because it don't look like no porcelain. For right now, I just put it on the back of my hand. I always start off with just a pump, because sometimes I like to build my coverage up. So then once this is pretty good, like, this is pretty good. It's smooth. It kind of makes your face feel like, see, it makes it feel smooth. On my sponge. And then I go in. And of course, I have rosacea. So this hides my redness pretty well. I mean, you can tell the difference. Hides it pretty well. And then where I didn't put foundation eyeshadow or anything, I kind of tried to just get my sponge over that, just so you don't look unblended or anything. Get up in there in the eye. I always put a little under my eye. Even though I use concealer, I always put some under my eye. So look at the difference. Rosacea, no rosacea. Super red, super white. And then today, I'm going to need another pump. So, and I probably won't even use all this pump. I drag it down my neck. You know, you heard thousands of times. Make sure you blend into the neck because it won't match you. Get along that hairline. Make sure you do. I always do my nose last, because a lot of times I wear glasses, so a lot of times this all rubs off anyways. But I just do it last because I just take what the excess on my sponge is, and then I just go over my nose. And I might dip into this a little bit more and do underneath there. And then I flip it, so I use this side of it. And really make sure I'm blended. It's pretty darn good. Pretty darn good, Too Faced. So like you can see we have stuff still here. Don't freak out. First off, don't freak out. Because a lot of times, once I do my wing, I go based off a lot of that because it gets covered up. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my Tarte Tape Shape. I know everyone's tired of probably hearing this. I'm in the color Fair as of right now. I don't get too crazy with it. I'm not like, and scribble all over my face. I just do a little bit of concealing under my eye. Just a little bit. Not a super lot. And then if I really feel up to it, I'll do like, you know, a little boop, boop. And I see people go down the bridge of their nose. It never stays on my nose. So I don't bother with it. Take that same flat side right here. And start tapping that concealer in. I tap it up a little bit here on my temple, and then drag it down my cheek since I do have rosacea. Just a little bit, and then I drag it down. And then I'm kind of careful around my eyes, because sometimes I poke myself in the eye. I'm pretty sure we all do that. We all poke ourselves in the eye with it. And then when you're satisfied with your blending, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D translucent setting powder. I'm still a little on the fence about this. I've tried a couple of setting powders, but I'm not crazy about them all, so I'm trying to use this one up. I don't take a lot on my sponge, like I take a little bit, and then I just kind of set. Oop, I didn't get any that time. There we go. I just kind of bake. I don't go like super like packing on the powder. I just kind of bake. Maybe a little bit on my chin, a little bit on my forehead. Let that chill out for a while. I don't see anyone ever talk about this, but I actually set my sponge in the cap. A, so it doesn't roll away. And B, it has powder in it, so I'll probably use more. And then I need my lid. So the next thing I'm going to do is contour, and I'm going to cream contour with the Smashbox Studio Skin Shape Foundation. I've only tried the foundation twice. Not a fan. But it might be too early to tell, but I love the contour. Like, look at that. That's sharp. And this is really good for fair skin. So, make you look like a fish. Boop. Try to line yourself up the best you can. Take that sponge and blend. So look at that. So you gotta blend all that. So you kind of blend away, but the good news about that is you can always add more. And I'm not one for like an extreme contour anyways, where you're like, ah, I can see it. I like a subtle contour. So even if you want to add just a little bit more, you just, oh, and it's rolly. Look at that. Like this. Just kind of add just a wee bit more. I also don't go all crazy with my contouring, where I'm not all like drawing all over my face, because a lot of times I don't get back to it and it's already dried. So like I'm not quick enough. So I try not to get too carried away. And a lot of times there's so much on the back of my sponge that I can just kind of move it around. I warm up my skin a little bit. I don't warm it up a lot. Just for the simple fact, I'm used to being super duper pale. So it never bothered me after I started doing makeup that I'm super pale, only that I can't ever find foundation that matches. Which, drugstore is a little bit harder now than higher end. There. See, just a little bit, not a lot. Like you can tell if I'm looking at you, but you can't really tell the other way. Which is okay. And then you can do the little trick. I need more powder. Then you can always do the trick that everybody does, which is doing a little line. Just a little line. I don't do a super harsh line, but just a little line. Then what I do after I have all that done is I take my big old fluffy brush. This is from the Living Beautifully Fully collection. So for you who need a number, it's the all over palette. It's the 211. This is fluffy. Love this brush. And then whatever's left in my cap, I just swirl it around in there. Just swirl, swirl, swirl. And I just set the rest of my face. And then kind of just brush what little bake we have right there, because I don't let it set forever. And then do your under eye. If you're all about letting it set for 5 minutes or whatever, or 10 minutes, go for it. I'm not a huge fan of it because I'm super dry anyway, so I don't bake for a very long time. Okay. So then after that, I like to go in. I just did a big old makeup no-no. Always cover your stuff. Big makeup no-no. I'm going to go in with my blush that I've been liking so far, and it's the Ulta Mineral Blush in the shade... I took the sticker off. So I can't tell you what the shade is, but it looks like this. It's a pretty shade. It's like a mauve. Tap that excess off. I got chubby cheeks anyways, so I just lay a very, very light amount down. I don't get too crazy. I'm trying to get my other side of my face in the light. There. That looks pretty. Alright, and then I take my highlighter. Alright, so my favorite highlighting brush is the cult favorite, which is Anastasia A23. It's my favorite because it's nice and floofy. And mine's freshly washed. So I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Spotlight palette that Casey Holmes had the special box for in the Pearl collection, because I'm a super brow girl. Eee, can't get it open. Oh, okay. So, and I'm going to take, let's see, which one do I want to do? We're going to go in with Blow a Fuse. Got too much. And we're just going to place that right there. I mean, just look at that glow. It's awesome. Look at that. Love it. And then what I always like to do is take just a little bit down my nose and over my Cupid's bow. Got that. Look at that. And then I do like to also take a small, I don't have one over here. Oh yes I do. Like a little brush like this. This is from the Kylie set. I got this at Christmas. Maybe it was an order for free. I don't remember. Take a little bit of that and you're gonna highlight that brow. And granted, I did my brow highlight before my brows are done, but I got pretty thick brows. So I don't spend a lot of time on my brows. Speaking of brows, we're going to move on to brows. And I use the Dip Brow Pomade in Dark Brown from Anastasia. Of course, a good old brush. Love this brush. And I kind of just mess around in my pomade a little bit. And then I just light strokes go through my brows. I don't get super crazy. I just kind of darken them up. Can you tell the difference? Nothing super crazy. And then I take the spoolie back through them. I know you're supposed to spoolie them first, but I don't. And that's just because it's how I like to do my makeup. Do you like to do yours the right way or a different way? Go for it. And then my cat. Sorry, my lighting's gonna get a little weird. Okay. And then I take this little Gimme Brow from Benefit, like I get a little bitty sample. I don't even know what color this is in because it's a sample size. I just lightly run it through. It glues my little brows that like to go wild through the day down. And it kind of gives me like a nice little darkening effect to them. And I'm not mad at that. And I know you guys can see now, like I kind of don't match. And it's only because I'm tan. But I usually don't wear tank tops all the time right now. So I usually have a shirt on. Because I know some of you are going to say something. So the next thing I'm going to do is take my liquid liner. I'm not going to do a wing today for the simple fact that I can't get you guys real close. And you're going to see my mirror. And I legitimately just lay it down. Pretty basic. Nice little liner. I'm not gonna do lashes today, just because I like my fall looks to be simple. It's a simple time. Everything's changing. Everyone wants to be warm and cozy. I'll be doing another video with my lashes, but I don't know when. But I'll be doing another video with lashes. So, and then this one, this side. I don't know if any of you have this problem. But this side's always my blinky eye. Every time I lay liner down, it likes to have a blinking fit. And then just try to get to that lash line as close as you can. I forgot to tell you what my eyeliner was. Forgive me. It's the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. This is the only liner I've really been enjoying right now. And then to spice up this look a little bit, since we're not going to do a wing, I'm going to take the Lottie London AM to PM Charcoal Pencil in Black. Casey Holmes recommended this, that it stays in the waterline really well, and I'm going to agree with her because I can never find anything that stays in my waterline. I usually do the top lid, but that takes me forever because I'm not good at it yet. And I don't want you guys to see me poke myself in the eye like 50,000 times. But you could totally take it up on the top lash line, because it looks pretty awesome. Okay, so now my eyes are gonna water because they're gonna have a fit because they're mad at me. Okay, so then after that, I'm gonna apply my mascara, which I use the Voluminous Butterfly from L'Oreal. This is my favorite. I wear this all the time to work, and this don't go anywhere. This stays on my lashes all day at work, and I work in a factory, so gotta tilt this up more. And I like this because it's buildable. Sometimes I like that chunky look, and other times I don't. Like this. Oh, I got some up there. I'm just gonna do, see, like, look at that. Mascara? No mascara. This shit's good. course, let's just end this video with black all over our face, shall we? I'm gonna take my sponge and clean that up. There, doesn't look too bad. Did you hate that? You do your makeup and then your face itches. Okay. So, after I do all that, I got everything done. We're good. We gotta set our face. Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. Like, puppy's brand new. This is what I use every time I set my face, and this is the only setting spray I really like so far to set my face, but everyone has a favorite and this is mine. So then let's just and I want to know from you guys if you've tried the newer collection that they come out with the all-nighter. Does it smell different than the old one? Because I really think it does. Let that dry, fan the face. And then the last thing we need to do is a liquid lip. I'm going to use Dose of Color Campfire to go with the eye look because it's beautiful. Here's the color. Here's the Dofa. If you guys want to see what it looks like. And then put your lipstick on. In my opinion, this is a really good fall color. It's like an orange. And then there. And of course I have my hair in a bun, but alright guys, so this is the finished look. What do you think? I think it's pretty good. No wing liner, but still pretty good. So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Bye.